Christian, go ahead.
Alrighty. As a lot of our speeches do, it started in March of 2020. I was at a friend's house and their mom just brought up the first 2 week school cancellation. It was hooked on to spring break, or so I remember, and I was ecstatic just because we would have a month off of school. And little did we know that we would be out of school for a lot longer than expected. I live my life through the lens of a quote from Will Smith. You don't say I'm going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. You don't start there. You say I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and if you do that, soon you will have a wall. It's about trusting a process, believing in yourself, believing that if you make one good action or one bad action, that will carry on throughout your life. Each action or choice you make, good or bad, will shape and change you into the person you want to be or the person you despise, depending on your choices. In the months following the first school cancellation, I saw myself making strides in all aspects of my life towards being my best self with my friends, my athletics, things like that. And sports have always been a large part of my life. Baseball had just been canceled because of the COVID. It was kind of annoying because I was hoping I could fight for a varsity spot. And football season doubts had crept into my mind too. I had heard rumors of football season being canceled, and for my senior season, I just really wanted to play football. I wanted to have a state tournament. I wanted to be with my guys, just having fun. So in hopes of a football season starting and happening, I had gotten a weight set from my dad's friend, and I frequently lifted. I lifted probably 5-6 times a week. My bench went up 40 pounds in 2 months. That's an insane increase. I hope I continue that. I spent more time with my friends at fields, at the football field. We worked on our craft. Ben and Bennett threw routes. I snapped. 35 colleges were recruiting me at that time, along with my other friends too. I luckily had found one by that time, or at least was looking at one, which I ended up committing to. I got a job at the city. That was a really fun time in my life, just working with friends, even though they gave me a hard time pretty much every day. Just having fun in the break room, eating lunch, just being with each other. It was a really fun time. With the money that I made from the city, I was able to open an investment account that I'll be able to retrieve and take money out from when I'm retired. So then I think the increase on it was like a 17% interest. So if I put in like $240,000, I would have like $4 million. It was insane. So I'm hoping I can continue the depositing like regiment that I have in place. With the money I made from the city, I also bought a boat. I used that to spend time thinking about what I wanted to do during quarantine, just about my thoughts. And I used it to also just spend time with friends, fishing. At the end of the summer, a baseball league was started up with the neighboring towns. I played horribly. It was just an embarrassing time for me. I started the season 0 for 22, 16 strikeouts, 13 of them were on 3-2 counts. It was really embarrassing. In clutch moments, it was just bad. I was up multiple times with runners on. I just couldn't hit them in. It taught me humility, though. I was able to laugh at myself and my mistakes, which is a valuable skill in life. I think when you make a mistake, you should be able to laugh at yourself and just move on. School then started at the end of quarantine. Football was in limbo still. We were practicing with no real purpose. It was a very tough time, but then Mr. Brown told us that we were able to practice for 3 weeks, hopefully in hope that we would be able to play in the spring, but still it felt like we had no purpose. And then every day during lunch, I remember asking Brown, will we have football? Will we have football? What did the board say? And he got annoyed with us after a while. But football season did end up happening, and even though the state tournament was canceled, it was It was a really fun time. School went back to hybrid and online. That was annoying. Nobody wanted to be in online. And then we dedicated our season to Dylan. Every practice we'd pray for him and that he'd watch over us during the games. And then before every game, we would meet at the 40-yard line around a flag, just praying that he would watch over us. In March of 2020, I realized how fast life could change and that football, school, and current life could change at the snap of a finger. And I was happy with myself and the effort that I made to improve myself with what was available to me. And I hope for the rest of my life that I can continue to be at my best and improve what my best is too.